I have a problem. I am addicted to cool Windows desktop wallpaper. And over the years, I've collected thousands and thousands of different photos. But the reality is trying to go find cool wallpapers, especially from a trusted source, usually involves you doing a Google search and looking for a specific image, and then going to that page, opening the image, saving the image to a location on your computer just to get one picture. Now, unless I'm looking for a specific photo, it's really kind of annoying. And back when Windows 10 was first released, Microsoft put out this new cool feature called Spotlight. And basically what it did is it gave you all these cool wallpapers directly to your desktop that sit on your login screen. But of course, in true Microsoft fashion, they give you something cool, but then they don't show you how to save those photos or let you know if it's even possible. So what happened the other day, and the reason for making this video, is because I saw a cool Windows Spotlight photo that popped up on my computer, and I wanted to save it. And I went through all my settings and couldn't figure out how to do it, and then I started researching, and it turns out it's actually a little bit of work. So what I did is a little bit of research and figured out how it's possible to save Windows Spotlight photos to your computer to use them as desktop wallpaper. And I found 6 cool ways to do it. Now, some of them are simple, some of them are not so simple. I'm going to go through all of them for you and let you decide which one makes the most sense for you. Now, option 1 is going to be the one that is the biggest pain in the tail, but it's probably the safest because these files actually are stored on your computer, but you got to know where to find them. First method is what I call manual digging. You're going to first need to open up your Windows File Explorer. You're going to have to click on your C drive. Then you're going to have to go to the Users folder. Then you're going to have to click on your user profile. Then on AppData. Then Local, Packages. And then this folder here, which is Microsoft.Windows.Content Delivery Manager _ a bunch of other crap. And don't worry, I'm going to put the full path in the video description. Then LocalState. And then finally, Assets. These are all the Windows Spotlight photos that I have saved, but when you double click on them, they're not recognized as photos. But what you can do is select one and then go to the very end and add .jpg to the end of the file, and you'll see now there's one of the Windows Spotlight photos. But they're still stored in this location. If I wanted to put this where I could easily access it, I'd still have to move it. So the easiest way, just to right click on it, click copy, and then I could go to my pictures folder and then just right click and paste where I want. Now it's in here. Okay, so is it just me or was that a hell of a lot of work? Yeah, but again, these are files that you have clicked on and said you liked, and Windows saved them on your computer. For your average person, this may or may not be the best solution. You could always create a shortcut to this folder on your desktop. That's an option. And then just simply click and move the files over to your pictures. But again, this is kind of a pain, and I probably wouldn't recommend this for most novice users. Now, the next option on the list is just a website that you can go to that is basically a repository of all the Windows Spotlight images that have been sent out from Microsoft. As you can see here, you can just scroll through the list. They're all dated. And I'll also have this website address in the video description. And there's thousands of pages you can choose from. And it's also fully searchable. So say, for example, you wanted pictures of the beach. You could go right over here to the tags and click on beach. And it's going to show you all the cool photos of beaches that have come from the Windows 10 Spotlight. And if you like any of these photos, you can just simply click on it. And then click on it again, and then just simply right click and save that image and put it whatever folder you want, and now it's saved. Now, if you're not a big Microsoft fan, you may or may not like this next option, but Microsoft does have a Bing Wallpaper program that you can download and install and use to cycle through some Spotlight photos. And again, I'll have all the links in the description, but you're going to open your favorite browser and go to bingwallpaper.microsoft.com, and then you'll see this page right here. At the very top of the page, you're going to see a button that says Install Now. Just click on that and download the software like you would any other program. It's going to take a couple minutes to download and install the Bing Wallpaper program or app onto your computer. Just follow the steps all the way through it. And then when it's done, you can just say no thanks to making Bing your default homepage and search engine. At that point, you're done. Now, after it's completed, it's going to put a taskbar icon down by your clock. And when you click on it, I think you right click on it, it will give you different wallpapers to select from, and you can actually just use those and make those your desktop wallpaper. Now, where those are saved to, I'm guessing it's probably the same place that they were stored in step one. And this is okay if you like just a little variety without having to look for it. The bigger problem is it only gives you 6 or 7, maybe 8 options. It doesn't give you the entire library. So it's nice for a little change of pace, but I don't necessarily think I would use it to get fresh content as wallpaper. But it is an option. Now remember, in order to make any changes to your Windows personalization, you're going to have an active copy of Windows. That's why we partnered with today's sponsor, Keysfan, to help get you activated so you can customize your desktop. Have you found yourself stuck with a non-working or possibly pirated copy of Windows? Well, thanks to today's sponsor, Keysfan, you can be up and running again and 100% legal in about 10 minutes for less than $10. An unactivated copy of Windows prevents you from personalizing your computer. And if you want to upgrade your Windows 10 to Windows 11, you're going to need an authentic product key to do that. Use code AYCG52 for 52% off Windows 10 and Windows 11. Use code AYCG62 for 62% off your favorite Office product. The purchase process could not be simpler. Simply search for the version of Windows or Office that you're looking for, add it to your cart, make sure you apply your coupon code, and within 10 minutes you'll have an email sent to you with a new product code. Go to Windows Activation Settings, type or paste your product key, click Next, then Activate, and you're done. Now the next one on the list is actually a Windows dynamic theme from Microsoft that does give you access to Spotlight photos and a few other options, and this might be a practical solution for you if you just want to actually look at and save your daily Spotlight photo. The easiest way to find it is just to Google Microsoft Dynamic Theme and it will take you to this page. Click download and install it like you normally would. Now the program is going to take a few minutes to install into your Windows system, and then you'll be able to access it through your personalization settings. Now I kind of like this one because it is user friendly. So when you open up the dynamic theme, you'll see on the left side there you got a daily Windows Spotlight picture, and that basically is going to be the Spotlight photo that pops up on your lock screen when you're just sitting down to your computer. But the one cool feature about this one that I think a lot of people would like is that it does have an autosave option, and you can tell it to save those pictures to your folder. Now, that's great, except if you don't like the Spotlight photo and you wouldn't want to normally keep it on your computer, now it's probably going to save it and you're going to end up with a bunch of Spotlight photos that you don't particularly like. So there is a trade-off, but it is a very simple, easy to use plugin for your Windows personalization settings that for most people would be pretty simple. And worst case, you can always go into your picture library and just delete them. So the next one I found is when I was doing my research, and apparently somebody else had the same issue I did. So they just decided to write a piece of software that would do exactly this. It's called Spotlight Saver. It's 100% free and open source. So what this app actually does is it just saves those daily Windows 10 Spotlight wallpapers as you see on your lock screen directly to a folder in your Pictures folder called Windows Spotlight. Pretty simple if you ask me. Now this does require Windows 10 Anniversary Update 1607 or newer. Most people are going to have that already, but if not, make sure that you have that if you want to use this feature. On the main download page on the right side, you're going to click Releases, and then you're going to see this page right here. Click Spotlight Saver and download it and install like you would any other program. Now when you go to your Windows personalization and look for photos, you're going to see a folder called Windows Spotlight, and that is going to be all the Spotlight photos that have been saved to your computer. Choose one, and now you have a new wallpaper. Now, full disclosure, I don't know anything about this author, but the program seems pretty safe. I don't really know what the extent and the limitations are, but it's certainly an option that you can try. It seems pretty simple to use, and it definitely gives you choices for fresh daily wallpaper content. Now, the last one on the list is one that is not only good for saving Windows Spotlight photos, but technicians have been using it for years for all kinds of Windows tweaking and optimization. I'm only focusing on the Spotlight photo part, but it is a trusted program if you want to check it out. And that program is called WinArrowTweaker. And again, I'll put the download links in the description for you. When you get to the main page, just go down and click on Download WinArrowTweaker. Save it to your downloads folder, and you might have to extract the zip file, but just go ahead and do that. Just double click on the executable, and then it will start to do its install. Just go ahead and accept the defaults all the way through it, and you can go ahead and run it when it's done. Now, when the program opens up, you have to agree to the license agreement, and this is where a whole world of opportunities is going to open up. Now, again, this is totally safe. I've used it. Other technicians have used it. There's a ton of customization features in here if you want to help de-bloat your computer a little bit. But the part we're focused on is under the boot and logon section, and you'll see that there's an option to find lock screen images. This is similar to step one where you had to manually go find those images, but now it's also going to save them in a location that you can select. Much easier than the first step, and again, there are additional features in here that you might find useful. So there's 6 ways to save Windows Spotlight photos to your computer so you can use them for desktop wallpaper. Now, out of these 6, I have 2 that I think probably make the most sense, especially for novice users. Do you have any idea what they are? I think the second option, which is just the Windows 10 Spotlight photos, where you could just go to the website, click on the ones you like, search for the ones you want, save them, use them, you're done. That's probably my favorite option. Followed closely behind option 6, which is WinArrowTweaker, and I'll probably make an entire video about this program because it's actually a pretty cool program, and it's user-friendly. You can't really screw anything up, and you can always undo whatever it is you did, but there's a lot of things in Windows that you can remove and turn off that might actually help possibly speed up your computer. And if you want to know other ways to improve performance on your computer, you should absolutely watch this video next. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.